Oh,
There's, there she went.
there we
There she
go.
The
Now we're
beautiful
cooking
shirt.
with gas. Oh, look, Dr. Mel has some Convene swag.
Like
Interesting.
We're going to work on your swag game there, Doc. I promise. All right. Hey, Dr. Mel, how are you doing?
Hey guys, sorry, I couldn't find the link and I'm here. I made it.
Oh, that's all right. Do not worry about it. So we're able to just run our mouths like we're good at. So it's not a problem. So welcome. Yeah, I was saying, and I don't know if you heard me saying it because you were trying to find the link and get on, but you and I have done a lot of talking over this last week, which is really good. We've needed to do some talking and kind of get ready to kind of take your stuff to the next level. And I was telling them that you basically created your personal stuff, just like what we talked about with Kate earlier. But now it's time to go and grow a massive community of health and wellness coaches. But before we can get there, I need you to introduce yourself and who you are.
I go by Dr. Mel. My group in Convene is called Live Well with Dr. Mel, but Matt has really helped me see outside myself and build the health and wellness community on Convene. So I'm really excited about that. I'm also a licensed physical therapist. That's my background, board certified licensed physical therapist since 2014.
Yeah. So, and you know what? Talk a little bit about that because I just want people to know, like, you're really, when we talk about servant leader and somebody who really is out there to help people, that's what you do as a physical therapist. And you went in with one thought process, like most young college athletes. You were a college softball player. I'm going to go and I'm going to be a physical therapist. I'm going to work in the sports field and all that. But you have a different focus, and talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, definitely. So I think like most people in high school, you think athletic training, physical therapy, you're going to work with a sports team. I was a 3-sport athlete. I played softball, soccer, and basketball, varsity 3-sport athlete since 9th grade. And I had multiple injuries myself. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna help people get back to sport. Like that's where I thought I would go. And then I went into PT school, and throughout my doctorate program, during my 3rd or 4th year, my grandmother actually slipped going down the stairs, and she ended up passing away because she had a head trauma and internal bleeding. And my grandma was very, very special to me. She was my person, like my go-to person. She was just the calm presence and light in my life. Somebody you can just turn to through anything, and she gave you sound advice, and she was just so special to me. And I actually changed my whole path because of that. I decided to work with the geriatric population then out. I'm currently working in the home health field as a director of home care, where I help facilitate getting people into their home, getting care in their homes. Yeah. So it was just Convene was a perfect segue for me for that, to help really people who are homebound, who can't get out, can't get to a clinic, can't do the basic things that athletes can do no problem. So yeah. It just is such a rewarding field to be a part of, because anybody like that is an athlete can already walk and do the basic activities of daily living. But for those who can't do things like walk or get out of bed, that just seems so much more rewarding to help them do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I say that too, and I wanted to bring that up because some of your videos that you make are so compassionate. You're working with individuals. You're actually working with some of the older people. And I saw one that you did a couple weeks ago where you're helping an older lady and you're helping her, move because she doesn't get out and move. And I look at that and I'm like, oh man, that is such a compassionate, empathetic heart, and I think that's so awesome. But then you get somebody like me that has, parents that are getting a little older and all that, and you've created a fall prevention class inside of your group, inside of your community. And yes, that is for definitely it's for that the older generation, but it's also for me. It's for me to go through that fall prevention course. And well, not because I just had a hip replacement and I'm old and I might fit into your category, but no, what I mean by is that it's for me to maybe help my parents out and stuff like that. And that's key. So talk about that a little bit.
So it's not just for the older adult who's suffering from impairments and having difficulty with their mobility and is at risk for falls. It's also for the caregiver, the CNA, the parents, the loved one who's trying to prevent this from happening to somebody they love. So it's a beautiful way to share it with multiple different people of all different ages to prevent this larger problem from reoccurring. Falls
Yeah.
happen to be the leading cause of death in older individuals. And if you're lucky enough not to die from the fall, it is so important to correct the problem and stop it in its tracks because you're 2 times more likely to fall again after the first fall.
Yeah. Well, so you found a way, this section we're talking about leveraging a system. So one of the things you've done is you found a way to leverage personally inside of your group to leverage the system. So for example, I just said to everybody, I have a hip replacement over the last 4 weeks ago, this Monday, next Monday. And so it's one of those things where you've been able to take what you're doing maybe in the clinic or, but people's insurance runs out and they're done, but you form this, I talk about this. I started talking about this at the beginning of this. You form this know, like, and trust with these clients. And then all of a sudden they have to stop because they don't have a way or they don't have insurance or whatever. But you can go forward and create these private groups or these places where they're able to continue to work with you like me. So talk about that, how you've been able to leverage the system in that way to create these groups where you're working individually with people.
I think most physical therapists would agree with me on this. When you're treating a patient in the home, it's 100% covered. They are making great steps forward. And then once they leave you, they have to go to an outpatient clinic where some of these patients can't afford the copays in outpatient. And some of them never take that next step to go out to the clinic, or there's that gray area where you have to discharge them, but they're unable to get to the clinic yet, but their insurance is up. So I was constantly looking for a way, how can I keep in touch with these people? How can I make sure that they're keeping up with the routine that I've started for them? And I needed to remain in contact with them through a community-based platform. And that's when I was able to find Convene. I knew it was the perfect fit because it was something I could keep in contact with the previous patients that I've already met, where they can continue to ask questions, continue to follow up with me, whether it's free or whether they wanted my one-on-one coaching continued.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and so one of the things that you've also been able to do is besides that, you've been able to yoga. Yoga is very important to you. So you've created a group and talk about your ultimate goal for that yoga. I use you as an example in the last section, talking about Lainey and how creating that group, and maybe Lainey one day wants to go. So we'll expand on this topic as we talk through it.
Yeah, definitely. So I have many loves. It's not just getting people stronger, but also bringing a spiritual aspect to your healing. And yoga has been that way of finding relaxation, finding that it's a journey and it's not going to happen overnight. And yoga has been a blessing to my life in order to help me grow as an individual. So I went on and got my yoga certification, and then I made a group inside Convene to allow for free yoga to anybody inside my community. Right now, I have built it up where there's lots of videos from me doing my yoga practices, things that I enjoy, like restorative yoga routines, yin yoga routines. However, I'm looking for other yoga instructors to put their love of yoga in. There's so many different types of yoga that you can do, and I can't master them all. But if we can get somebody who's certified like Lainey, get in and put her twist on yoga and put some yoga videos in, and then other people who specialize in different types of yoga, like hatha yoga. There's so many different avenues we can go, and the more we can build it up, I think of it as a library of yoga that you can choose from different instructors with different backgrounds.
Yeah, yeah. And so we talked about that, like Lainey coming in and being a contributor, like right away. Let her come in, be a contributor, be a part of it, and that's wonderful. But then let's say Lainey grows a little bit, and this is where it steps up for you to the next level because you are the community leader of the health and wellness community, one of the community leaders. And so the ultimate goal is to grow this space out because there's so many varieties of wellness and health and wellness and fitness coaches. So can we grow? We'll go in here and we'll use your slides to talk through this
Yeah.
as we do this.
Yeah, so the health and wellness community is a public community. It's completely free for anybody to join, look around, see what we offer. And I encourage not only people who are just looking for yoga videos or a physical therapist who want to improve their wellness, but also for instructors and health coaches to see how they can help me build this community. This community is not mine. This community is ours. And this is every health coach out there can contribute in some way. And you don't have to pay anything to contribute. It's free to come in and look around. And you can register today and join.
Yeah. And so if you go to the next slide, your members can be a part of the process. That's what we want. We want it. It's not just about you. It's not just about Jody Watkins. It's about any member that wants to come in and be a part of it. And they can ask questions and be a part of the discussion as well.
Exactly. As you see here on the discussion board, I'm not even there. So it's really a collaborative environment where we get people of all walks of life putting their input, their experiences, and asking their own questions and bringing up their own discussion topics. So, any question you have in the health and wellness realm can be posted on the discussion board. I respond to each of these questions, but I'm not always the one posing the question. It could be anybody posing the questions.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see that one that's anonymous, right? Somebody came in
Yes.
um, and posted a comment. So again, you can do it yourself. You can do it anonymously, and you can see that H&W Functional and Fitness. That's your mentor there, who put that one in there, which is awesome. Next slide, real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most important thing that Matt just pointed out, that you don't have to show yourself. Like if you have a question that you are a little concerned about, you can just ask it and be completely anonymous.
Yeah. Talk about experiences. Again, so many people, there's so many disciplines and there's so many different aspects to health and wellness. And so, again, it's like the library. The experiences are the books in the library. So, anybody in the public community, I want everybody to listen, in a public community, anybody and everybody can come in and write an experience. And this is one of the ways that if you go through the training, this is a business builder for you. So, you can write, a public experience, and that's giving away your thought process for free, but you put in the lesson learned a link that links people to your yoga group or your Live Well with Dr. Mel group. So it's a business builder.
Yes. And a public community is exactly what I wanted. I want people of all walks of life to share their experiences. It's not only going to help me, but it'll help everybody around you, and it'll help yourself when you put everything you've learned down on paper. It helps you grow as an individual, and you sharing your knowledge to the world is so important. Nobody knows when their last day is, and if you don't get everything out of yourself and through video or through blogging or through creating these beautiful experiences that Convene and Matt have developed, you'll realize right away, like after you do it, it's going to make you feel lighter because by sharing your experience, you're really serving so many other people. And these
Exactly.
experiences, they're all different types. Like health and wellness is a broad field. I am educated in physical therapy and yoga, but I'm not educated in skincare. I'm not educated in other fields. And by everybody coming in together, we're going to have a giant library of knowledge that can benefit so many people.
Yeah, and if you were able to click into these experiences, you would see these are from different people. They're from all different people and all that. So it's really good. So we'll go to the next slide. And you mentioned you know, skincare, for example. These are some of the groups that are in there, but one that you're not seeing is a skincare group, right? So the ultimate goal is to bring other thought process, other group leaders and all that. So I bring that up because you have somebody that's building that out right now.
Yeah, it's great because I've been through the Convene platform performance group where Matt has taught me how to use the platform. So now I'm actually coaching Irene to build her skincare group. It's not yet there, she's still
Yep.
working on it. But now I'm able to coach her into creating her group and bringing her knowledge to the platform, which is so exciting because I can't learn it all, which I've tried. I'm yoga certified, sound healing certified, physical therapy certified, but I can't learn it all. And Irene has lots of knowledge on skincare. So I'm helping her put her knowledge into the group and bring it to the health and wellness community, which I'm
Yeah.
really, really excited about.
And this is just some examples of some of the groups in there, but we need a whole lot more in there.
Yes.
And again, um, as a community leader, that's your job. One of the things that you do, and you're a Convene platform professional. So inside of that, you'll be building out this collaboration group and bringing other people that want to grow something special. You and I had a great talk about that the other day. And what I told you is that you want people to really feel like they're a part of the community. So if Irene, for example, Jody Watkins, Omar, to name a few, it's as much their say so as it is your say so, and your job is to lead everyone into growing a space that's special for everybody.
Yes, and everybody can develop into a leader as well. So it's not going to be just me leading the next person. After I've coached you, I expect you to bring somebody on and lead them to creating their group.
Yeah, awesome. Well, Mal, this has been great. This is exactly, you're doing amazing work. You're doing an amazing job. You're growing out something special. And I think now it's time to just take that health and wellness to the next level. So I'll let you tell everybody what you're looking for. How do you want to grow this thing out?
I'm really looking for anybody who's interested in health and wellness and has a passion for anything in the whole space. So chiropractors, physical therapists, people in skincare, anything that you are in this space for. So you can come in today and create your group. And then from there, we can actually make you an admin and you can post blogs. So it's your community as much as it is mine. And
Yeah.
our goal is to make a big library of health and wellness to benefit and serve the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming on and talking about what you're doing. You're doing amazing. I'm looking forward to this growth that's taking place, and we'll continue to do great. And by the way, Dr. Mel is the first Convene mom. She's the first Convene baby. Yeah. So we always have to bring that up because that's exciting to me. That's it.
Well,
All right.
thanks so much, Matt and Doc.
Yeah.
I
Thank you so much. And also, Dr. Mel is in the podcasting community with her sister. Do a quick plug on that, on your
Yeah,
podcast
so
with your
me
sister.
and my sister started a podcast not too long ago. So we are in the podcast community that Doc is running. So I appreciate that, Doc. It's called Blissful Being. So you can check it out there.
Awesome. Well, thank you. All right, everyone, we're going to take a shorter break. We'll start the clock, but it'll be a shorter break. We'll be back at 2:30, and we're going to have Eugene Brown. And Eugene is going to talk about his community specifically, and then we'll close it out with some Q&A. So be thinking of your questions. If you're watching, please come in and ask some questions, make your comments. And in that last section, we're going to talk about what's coming. And that's key. And Brenda said, I love Dr. Mel. We all love Dr. Mel. Thank you, Dr. Mel.